Good morning, folks. Happy day, whatever day it may be in which you watch this video. We are working on page 42, and I'm going to write that at the top so that you are aware of what page we are working on. And this is a page that's going to focus on the video that you watched, in which there was an envelope and there were what looked like Roblox pieces that you were asked to put together. You would be looking at page 41 and page 42. So this is page 41 and the other one is page 42. And what we're doing is modeling how proteins are made in the cells. And each part in that video represented a very important piece in the modeling of these cells. And we would have done this in class because it was a group project, but because we are virtually learning, it didn't happen. So let's start off with the first question, so it says here in this modeling activity, what do each of the items below represent? And in the video, you saw an envelope, and the envelope represented something in the video. Which do you think that was? So we have proteins. We can't see it that well, but this says ribosomes. We have a nucleus here. And also make a note that there's only one nucleus. There's only one nucleus. In terms of ribosomes, there are several of them. Here are about 4, right? Oh, I'm sorry, 3. It's about three ribosomes floating around. You can't see it that well, but the protein is here. And I'm going to outline it so you can see it. It looks like a comb, right? And you can see other proteins. There's a protein there. And there are several other proteins floating around there and there. And I happen to have my pink highlighter, so I'm just gonna color them in really quick. And you can do this at home if you'd like, and if not, that's okay. And in the video, in the envelope, you had the directions. And so the envelope would be representing the nucleus in this case. The nucleus, which in the nucleus, you hold the instructions for how protein molecules should be made. So, well, let's just write here. What we can do is write envelope. Okay, and we'll go to page 42. And the envelope represented the nucleus. And in the envelope, there were instructions on how to build those proteins, right? And in the envelope, those instructions for what way to build the proteins were the genes. So for the instructions, you would write genes. So we can write instructions here. Right? And we're also going to write instructions here. I'm going to have this video for you, and you're going to be able to play it as many times as you'd like. So I apologize if I'm going pretty quick. So we're going to write genes here. And students building the protein molecules. So what you would have been doing is building those protein molecules. And what part of the cell builds these protein molecules? These pink protein molecules. That's right, the ribosomes. So we're going to write students. And we're going to flip back again. And students building the protein molecules. Ribosomes. Now it says there, compare your two protein molecules. Are they the same or are they different? Now I don't have my protein molecules with me, but I believe that they look like this. One looked like this, and they had a joint here that connected them. And the other one was exactly the same, was built in exactly the same, except one was yellow. They used yellow pieces. And for the other molecule, these are both molecules. These are both proteins. They're both proteins. They're both the same shape. So you can write both. Protein molecules are the same shape. But were built using different colored pieces. All right. And I wish that I had the pieces with me, but I took them back to class. but in the video, you'll be able to see them. And here for number 3, it reads, select the claim about genes' role in building proteins that best fits considering the modeling activity you have just completed. And the keyword there is genes. So we're looking at genes, and what genes did was they provided the instructions for how to build these 2 models. And claim number 1 reads, genes provide instructions and build proteins. And claim number 2 reads, genes provide instructions for making proteins, but they do not build the proteins themselves. So which claim do you think is true? Well, we know that genes do provide instructions, but do they build the protein? Who builds the proteins? Well, the teacher was building the protein in the video, right? Which would have been you if you were doing the activity. Um, but the ribosomes are in charge of actually building the protein molecules. So they do not build the protein molecules. So this claim would not be true. And it says here to select the claim about genes' role in building proteins. So genes do provide instructions, but they don't build the proteins themselves. So this would be the correct claim. All right, folks, and that is page 42. And you can go ahead and feel free to turn that in.